Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for coming by the channel once again to see some more Captain Tsubasa Dream Team. Here with the homie Nako, bringing you in this video an analysis of the new Dream Collection Michael that was just released last night. It was at 4-hour maintenance that happened, and that was because they brought upon the new changes to the bond system. I made a video going over that previously, but I'm going to make a separate video where I could give you some examples of how it works, because maybe the still photos were not enough. I was watching the Steiner live stream, and it seemed like people still had a lot of questions about it, and so we'll go ahead and address some of that here. Okay, but first let's get on with the analysis, and before we do that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for some more. Here we go. Okay, so new Michael. Oh yeah, and also don't forget to check your presents. People were asking recently about the, hey, whatever happened to those tickets or whatever? Did anybody win anything or blah blah blah? I saw somebody on Facebook posted that they won about 600 Dream Bucks. Wow, congratulations to you. That's awesome. Okay, so check your presents to see if you won. Okay, let's go to the transfer. Okay, so here we have, it looks awesome. It looks cool. Let's watch the video real quick. Put the video real quick. Okay. Like the animation here looks cool and everything. That's cool that they're trying to keep it like as close to the true to the manga as possible. It looks awesome. I don't know if the skill itself will feature those pieces of the manga. I think they just did it for this video alone so that you can see where it comes from. So don't expect that to be the animation. Okay. So they give us that, and of course, because he goes up against Hyuga, they decided to give us the Dream Collection Hyuga as the other rate up player that is with him in the banner. Now keep in mind that since the anniversary is over, we're back to our regularly scheduled banners, so this should be a 5% banner, no higher than that, and definitely not lower. It is not Super Dream Collection, so please do not confuse this thinking that you get 3+1. It is back to your regularly scheduled banners. Okay. Be 5%. Let's see. 5% right here. Okay. And there you go. As usual, the 0.42% for the ones that have the rate up. The other ones are at 0.033. So if you're hoping that Genzo pops out of here all of a sudden, good luck to you. I mean, anything is possible. But you know, he's not rate up, of course. So obviously it's going to be kind of difficult. 0.033%. So you're working with a lot there. And even then, when they had 10% for Genzo featured, I still ended up going to the pity for him, you know. So even with the rate up, I pulled DC markers from there. So anything is possible, you know. Anything is possible. You never know. But should you be pulling here? Kind of difficult. Okay. One of the things is that they probably want to tempt you, maybe tempt me, who pulled for Misaki, and we're fortunate enough to get him. And we need a Hyuga. We need a Hyuga. The only thing is that you have to keep in mind that because of the new bond system, you don't necessarily need to pull for this Hyuga to accompany your Misaki, because there are several of them. Either way, any Hyuga that you use right now is not going to be scoring on anybody, not even this one. This Hyuga comes close to scoring on Genzo, but he doesn't score consistently on Genzo. That's the thing. Okay. But even then, I could have sworn that I've seen, because he gets up there like where DC Margus is at, where they'll have like a 30% chance of scoring on Genzo, something like that, maybe 25%, right? So but I think there's still been times where I could have sworn I've seen Hyuga doesn't even get that. So you know, he's not your primary goal scorer anymore. And that's kind of unfortunate, because they pretty much made this card primarily as a shot taker, right? He has a 1-2 range enhance to get into the penalty area because he has a penalty area shooter. He has a low ball request for his main skill at 520. You know, so that I mean, the 1-2 range enhance, you could still get some use out of it for support purposes. Like, let's say you're trying to get Misaki into the area, or let's say if you have what's it called? What's his face? Natureza, right? But still, this one, remember the 1-2, at least for this one right here, to take advantage of that, you require a Takeshi to accompany him. Otherwise, you have to have access to the, I think the only way that you could have access to it is if you were here during the 5th anniversary when they gave us the solo 1-2 for Hyuga. So if you have access to that skill, you can make some use out of this, then maybe set up Natureza. But you know, he's still not a primary playmaker either. You know, that's nice that they give him a really high dribble, but he doesn't have dribble extension, so it's a 1-2 extension. And the fact that the technique and the speed is not even at 10,000 makes it lacking a bit now. Before he could get away with this because there weren't too many units that were averaging 10,000 and above for everything. But now, you know, and his power and his shot were good enough to score. But now, since that's no longer good enough to score, and you're looking for support forwards, so you don't have Natureza or Misaki, you're looking for support forwards basically to be able to get those two guys the ball so that they could score your goals. This guy's not going to do it. Okay? But I guess he's all right defensively. But again, the speed and technique leave him relatively low. So, you know, he's not the player he used to be. So don't get all excited pulling out your dream balls for that Hyuga because you wanted him and you didn't get him before. Too bad. Don't worry about him. Now, Michael. Okay? Michael. If you saw my previous video, you saw that my gripe is that there are not enough SSR cards of a lot of non-Japanese players at the moment. So for, like, let's say somebody like me, I have the Dreamfest Michael, the blue one. I'm not gonna pull for this guy because he doesn't have any techniques that I don't have already other than the tackle, and the only thing the tackle does here is cost me a little less stamina. They did not want to bring up the momentum on this tackle for whatever reason. I don't know. The other DC Michael already has the 490 tackle, and I think it's probably like 435 or something like that. So it's not anything that makes it worth it for me. If they had made the tackle like a 510, 515, then yeah, you know, I would probably take a chance just for the tackle skill itself, but not necessarily for the card. Now here's the thing with the card. He's very good at dribble. He's very good if you need a playmaker. He is not. Even though he is built with catch killer and stamina killer and blah, blah, blah. He doesn't have a 1-2 extension. He doesn't have a dribble extension. He doesn't have any of that. So it's kind of weird. But because he's Michael, they want to give him a really high shot stat and a really high power stat. But again, you need other cards to complement that. He doesn't even come with a shot. So not only that, if you want his best shooting skill, you need the Dreamfest version, the blue one. And not only that, but that's still not going to be enough to score. Steiner ran the numbers on his Excel spreadsheet. You should go check that out. On his last live stream, not the one that just happened for Thursday, but the one for, for Thursday. Look up his live stream for Thursday. There's a part where he runs his Excel spreadsheet and he does not reach numbers where it's going to allow him to score against Genzo. He's not going to score against Zeno Hernandez because of the color type disadvantage that he has here. And of course, the catch killer is not going to affect Zeno. And then if you have Genzo with, what's the name of the whatever Genzo's strongest punch is, I already forgot. Then he completely negates right here the 30% catch killer. So he's not going to score. And the stamina killer against punchers isn't going to be as effective as it is against catchers. So right here makes kind of like the shot and the power stat a little useless. So you look at him defensively and offensively, he's a good playmaker, yes. So don't fall in love with this card for his shot stats. He's not going to be your scorer, okay? It's interesting, however, that out of all the defensive stats, they made him as the blocker the highest. That's the highest block stat that I've seen him have. Why they gave him such a block stat, I don't know. it gets complemented by the fact that even his power is incredibly high as well. So I guess we could check to see what kind of block skills he learns through the skill points, but it still seems like he's not going to have access to a high momentum block skill that's going to make him usable. So that's a little odd. Now here's the other thing too, okay? So mid-area master only plus 10%. He doesn't come with the strongest intercept, so you need that either from another gacha card or that's only available through tickets now. No, yeah, I think through tickets. Because he's not gonna, the angelic interception will not pop out in the transfers anymore. I'll double check right now. But either through skill points, because they just now made it available, so you could probably easily get it through that. Oh, but you need to buy it. You need to buy it with those skill point medals or whatever they are. And then no motion cross is still his secondary strongest pass. I'm still hopeful that I will get the newest pass, FCP I think it's called. But you know, so my Michael is lacking in that regard. But there's a thing to that, okay? So in order to get full use of this Michael, you need techniques from other cards. You need what's it called? Dupes to bring him to his full potential. And if you're not gonna bring him to his full potential, you're like, Naka, well, okay, well, because that's the thing, you don't need to bring him to BB8. Because for what? What are you gonna increase his power in his shot form? You're not gonna score. So the most you need, is 1, maybe 2 more copies. So if you have a Michael card, you could probably get away with BB ability limit release level 1 or 2. 1 or 2, and that would increase to max technique, speed, intercept, and tackle. So if you don't have anything to increase them at all, he's already a pretty good passer. You could increase all of them. Tackle, intercept, speed, technique by 25, or if you want to increase his pass also, just to ensure that you could get the ball out after he most likely steals the ball away, then you could spread it with 20 all around to pass, tackle, intercept, speed, and technique. Don't worry so much about the dribble. Shot and power, definitely don't worry about that. Doesn't matter how much you increase it, you're not going to be able to score with this guy. Okay? So, at least he protects himself from skill blockers. But again, they kind of molded him into, or they give the appearance, the illusion of him being a capable scorer, but he's not. Even with this, he's not going to score. Okay? And again, he's a DM only, not even AM capable. So how? It's going to take a lot of work to get this guy to the penalty area where you're going to need to be to shoot. And remember, Genzo will boost himself 5% against non-Japanese players, and he will boost himself 5% against ground shots. 10% already. And again, the catch killer is not going to affect Zeno Hernandez. He has a type disadvantage against him. The stamina killer will probably do a little bit of dead, but you know, not as much because it's only 20. It's not like Marcus. Marcus is at 35%. You know, that's nice that they give him auto intercept at 100. So again, this Michael is a ball recoverer, playmaker type of thing, not a shooter. Okay, but the only pull if you have the resources available to increase him. Otherwise, you're not gonna get him at his max potential. But at the same time, you can kind of get away with using them again with either one level. If you get one level, then you increase all of pass, tackle, intercept, speed, and technique, and that's it. So I think that's all you really need. One more dupe or one of his other cards at BB3 so that you can bring this guy up by one level. But again, you still need other cards for skills and all this other stuff, so it's a little complicated, especially if you haven't been playing that much. I would definitely not recommend that you pull here. Just continue to save up those dream balls. The way that the game is as a reminder, is that it's not a race but a marathon, even though it is kind of like a race a little bit. But at the same time, you know, like if you're without a goalkeeper right now, what are you gonna do? You saw the rates on Genzo. There's no other way of getting Zeno Hernandez, so that's your only faith right now, right? Genzo or bust, basically. And if you don't have them, then you're out. And your only hope is to wait until they release another goalkeeper that is up to his level, which means you gotta save. Whether it's from here to anniversary or somewhere in between. Save up to make sure that you cover the needs of your team. Don't just fall in love with the animation or fall in love with the fact that, well, I got 300 dream balls, not gonna let me pull like 150, man. Relax, bro. Relax. Take it easy, man. The anniversary just ended. They just introduced a new bond system. We'll get to play around with a lot of different stuff. So don't get too, oh, right now that I remember this guy. Remember I told you guys don't pull here? Well, even more of a reason don't pull there, because they ended up reducing their stats somehow for some reason. And they reduced this. Oh, no, they didn't. They left it as is. Okay. Okay, I wonder if that was a mistake. Well, during Steiner's stream, it looked like there is a reduction in all of these guys right here, including Santana, which was the only one that's kind of like worth it in the banner, right? But nah, they actually ended up, because they had even reduced this to 10% instead of 20. So I guess they say, whoopsie, never mind. But anyway, yeah, so I guess that's it for this video. Thankfully, I didn't have to go over the Canary stuff because it looked like they left it as is. So should you be pulling here? I would say nah. I would say wait. I would say hold up. Oh yeah, and one last thing. Right now that you know what? Let me put that in the other video. So I'm gonna go over the boundary stuff or whatever. Yeah, I'll put it in the other video. All right. So yeah, that'll be it for this. We're almost at 1,000 at the time of this recording. I needed about 11 more, guys. So I can't believe it. Please hook it up, man. If you're still thinking about it, hook it up. Only got 11 more to go. Help the dream come alive. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, thank you guys so much for the support as always. I appreciate your patience and everything. And I really do hope that amidst the chaos and the craziness and all the things that happen in this life, that you're able to find your peace, that you're able to find your reasons to smile, that you're able to find ways to laugh, and that you're able to find ways to enjoy your life. Please remember to practice kindness. Let's be respectful. Let's be responsible and be safe. Take care of yourselves and each other. Much love and peace. Till the next one.